My life.
Girl, I'm on my
That honeycomb.
sit and turn it to a all
Welcome back. You're listening to the Anonymous Show starring Lee on the Great FM. And tonight I do have my guest,
Yes.
artist,
Yes.
one of my most accomplished artists,
Yes.
someone who just won the Humanitarian Award.
Da-na-na-na.
Yes, so let me ask you,
Yeah.
you guys, I have Ioctane on with me tonight.
Yeah, give
And
thanks.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for blessing me by
Yeah,
stopping
man.
by. Like I said, I think I've told so many people already, it was not easy. I've been asking you for months and months because I know you were preparing, which is fine.
Yeah, but one of the greatest things, you DM me and then we start to communicate.
Right.
Yeah, so every time you reach out, you get back a reply.
I have
If
to
it's
say-
not today, it's maybe later on, but
Right.
you get back a reply.
I have to say you are one of the most communicative artists. Like, even if you don't reply, you say, hey, reach out to my manager, or, at least you respond. So I have to say thank you for that. And the only holdup was that you were waiting for your album to come out, his latest album.
Yes.
I Am Great. It comes out on March 18th.
Can't wait.
How long you been working on this album?
I take like 3 weeks to do it.
The whole album?
I don't take long enough.
The whole album took you?
When she have stopped me from going studio, she literally banned me from going to studio.
Are you serious? So, when are you there? Every day? Or?
Yeah, I'm just doing every day. My voice like 5 songs a day.
Wow.
And if it's 15 songs or 14 songs, that is 3 days.
And the thing about your music is you're not voicing, I don't want to say bullshit, but garbage. You're not voicing garbage.
It's a bullshit.
You're actually releasing music, like something that you can repeat and listen to years from now, and it still makes sense,
Because my thing, for me, music is more than popularity and fame.
Right.
For me, it's like the avenue I used to alleviate myself from stress. And when I'm doing music, whenever I'm doing music and I'm playing the role of Ioctane, I feel invincible. You know what I mean? That's where you see the greatest moment of me in terms of being an artist, not an artist on stage.
Right.
Being an artist, the ART,
Right.
you know what I mean? So I consider music like that. So whenever I'm in the studio, I know I tell myself, so it's not my fault if this song don't become an hit song.
Right.
But if it's my fault if it's garbage. You understand?
That's true.
Because but I make sure the product is very,
Right.
very, very, very great.
Mhm.
We know the politics. People play with them one, people
Right.
bantan with them one, bantan. So if you sing a great song and you bantan it, that's their fault.
But that's the thing with good music is it may not catch today, but years from now it can play in a movie or something. You're like,
Yeah, and then I remember there's an almighty same way. Mankind feel like God not active,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just do God slow with the blessings because you don't deserve it.
At the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes
the
you can't
Almighty stop
manage the
reward
blessing.
people who don't deserve it. So I don't know. And then sometimes your life will congest it too.
I saw that.
So you ask for blessings, but there's no vacancy for the blessing.
Right.
So you have to reduce, you have to get rid of certain things before you bless you.
Right.
It's like having one garage and you need an next car. Because
So-
the car where you drive is not too good, but you have one garage space. But you don't sell the car, you still have the car parking in the garage space. Where you go park the new car? You have to get rid of the new car so you have the space to put it. You have to get rid of the old one so you have space to put the new.
Okay, so what you're saying is people who have a bad man should put that man aside
If you
so
have
that
a
they
bad
can
man.
get a new man.
Yeah, if the pros them
Mhm.
less than the cons,
Right,
that means that the relationship is not yours.
right.
You understand?
Okay. So
there's
there's
more bad is happening than good.
right.
Because bad after happens a balancing equation.
So you have to open your life and you have to open yourself to change in order for that to occur.
Change is
So-
inevitable, Because
Right.
when you're born, you change, you walk, you creep, then you walk, you know what I mean?
Right.
So you have to accommodate change. It's like a person Like a man who listen to some these new artists now and say, boy, the new artists are as an artist before.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to accept changes because there's an audience for it. It's
Right.
trending, people listening, and it's
Right.
most played music, so you have to adjust.
Right.
So you can learn from them. You don't literally have to compose in
Right.
that way.
Right.
But you can learn the style and use the style and
So
compose all you want.
What I like with your style is you still, even though the times are changing, you're still keeping your style, but you're adding
Yes.
a little bit of 2022 to it.
Yeah, man, I always listen to you with and say right then because I have all different type of songs.
Right.
Because,
So you're not
study
stuck
sounds.
in a time zone. You're
No.
you're growing. So
No,
yes.
no, because I study sound, I'm studying music, I'm playing music. So a lot of people just sing in the music.
So let me ask you, how many do you play instruments as well?
Keyboard,
Okay.
I learn little of the guitar and thing. But I know music, like I can read music, know
Okay.
keys, you know.
Okay.
So I can play, you can play music and I tell you what key playing. I can go up on my phone and play it, listen it and play it and decide
Have you always been like
A
that?
minor, C or
Have you always been like that?
Yeah. From the initial stage, I'm all about music.
So, like, what
Every
age would you
single
say that music took over your life? That this was it. I'm only gonna do music. I'm not going to work for anybody. I'm not gonna do anything but music.
I true, because my first song I was like 16. So.
What?
So from the initial stage, I just do music. Cause I think music found me,
Mm-hmm.
Cause I try everything else. I try bad man world. I try be a croft. It just never work out.
You're too smart
I
for
try
that.
neglect my dream. I just try fit in.
Mm-hmm.
And the Almighty said, no, my creative is stand out.
Right.
I try be lazy. I try procrastinate.
Right.
But it just doesn't work. It just not in my DNA.
I think I can relate to that. Like I'm always telling people that I try to relate to people because I feel like once you can relate to someone, you guys can bond on another level. The friendship starts there. But sometimes you don't have to relate to people. Sometimes you can have two different opinions and two different views on things and be just fine with that.
Yeah, I try to be mediocre, but the Almighty just
Right.
decides to no, trust me, I try to fly in a coach and it just not work. Yo, you know what I mean? So
you really
every time I say, Wendy, say, feel like me a fly coach, and she said, no man, fly first class. And every time I fly first class, there's something happen along the way where we didn't need to fly first class.
Like what? Like what?
No, that something just happened on the plane. Like you just buck up in the day when I fly and we decide to you just buck up in every artist, like take 5 artists who come on the plane that day and everybody a fly first class.
And a good thing you did fly first class because they would chat you in.
Yeah, you know it's yes, you know. Yeah,
No.
go like you want to fly in a back and plane. You know that's something already, so it is what it is.
Well, let me ask you, what is your favorite airline, if you can?
Spirit.
No jokes. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I don't care. I would fly Spirit. I don't fly. I've flown Spirit. I've flown Delta.
Yeah.
I've flown all of them. But the only thing with Spirit is the baggage fees. I don't understand the baggage fees. I don't understand but you get the tickets so cheap. So I guess.
So I don't have a problem with I don't have a problem with Spirit. I don't have a problem with American Airlines, Delta. But I think overall, I think JetBlue is my top for 2 or 1 because customer service is very good.
Yes.
And then they have the TV on the plane. You can just zone out and watch some movie.
Exactly.
American Airlines basically we have to have your own
Right.
thing. Delta to have them TV. But trust me, I don't really have a problem with no airline. Sometimes I have a problem with the air host system. Sometimes.
Right. You?
Sometimes
You have a problem with them?
Sometimes they don't really have, they don't have a courtesy.
Do they not know who you are or?
Sometimes I woke up in some religious one. Like coming from Hawaii.
Okay.
So I'm from Hawaii, and like this white brother, he's a year old or something like. You know, so I must serve everybody, not asking for nothing. No matter me in the first class, not leave me one, not you want everybody. So anyway, we did it, I fly, press the buzzer, and I say, alright then. Man forward him look, ask the man beside me, you know, pay me no mind, see him here. So now press the buzzer again. Come back. So anyway, he can't take it no more, so he said, sir, what do you want? So I said to him, can I have some water please? And he just look for me and go in my ask him to come back none at time.
What? So he didn't bring you
So
nothing
he
back?
found no. So the man beside me now, see him and just, he's a white man, the man sit beside me and said, so when you come back now, the man said to him, here's some, and cost it, you know, MF word.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can curse on the radio.
You can curse. The
Yeah.
man said, here's some motherfucker, you know that? I see this gentleman asking for things like, oh, fine. You know, I said, why you being a white motherfucker? Racism is over for a long time, man.
And it was a white man who said it.
Want. Yeah, so, and you know, so the man tell him, say, yo, Ray, I'm just, when him carry the water from, I tell him, so I need a seal back of water. I'm not trust him no more. So when he bring the water come out, you don't bother drink it. You know, we woke up in that. The next time again, I come from California, and you know, you have first class. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, I got through the line now. It's a black girl too, you know. She was the only black girl that worked with the TSS rights. She pulled me out of the line. So, when she pulled me out of the line, I was like, why you put me out of the line? She black like me.
What?
So she pulled me out of the line now. Yo, one of the worst thing, you know, is when a black person feel like they're white, you know.
Worse. It's worse than a white person who doesn't like black people.
You never buck up in a gum, you never go to Miami airport and buck up in some Hispanic people swear to them black. Say to them white, don't know to them black.
Yes.
And deal with the wicked.
Yes.
Good. So
All
you
the
know,
time.
so she pulled me out of the line. She questioned me. So I tell her I don't fear her job to question me. So she sent me her supervisor. She nearly made me miss the plane. When we're reaching at the plane now, remember the plane full enough.
Mm-hmm.
The only seat I can remember 3A was the only seat left on the plane. A white lady sit on it. She was like, anyway, when I put up my bag, she was like, sir, I said, my pint on the seat, so she could move.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, you sure is this seat? You sure this is your seat? I said, lady, don't make me have to miss you, man, because I don't have one wicked day already. And this is the only seat on the plane. And you ask me if me sure for my seat, because I'm the only black person in the first class. Eh? I said, lady, don't make me this here. She shouldn't really understand that. I said, lady, don't make me this here. It's like, I don't know. I said, don't make me this here, move.
She knows. They understand.
Yeah, so I walk up in and them thing, but this man just smile, because I don't feel just live with that black skin, you know.
I think you can do it.
Yeah, I made about ask about black, so I just live with it and embrace it.
I wanted to ask you, I saw an interview that you were doing previously, and you were speaking about the condition of the community and the children and the youths and how they were growing up in poverty and violence, and it's hard to escape something like that because it's embedded in you.
Sure.
So what did you do, or what do you do in the community? Like, do you help anybody as far as like kids in the community, in schools or anything like that?
That's something we do. Enough things we do, man. I'm the only artist in Jamaica will keep my own school tour out of my pocket.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Send kids to school, I don't really document it, respond to how much people, street youth. I think 3/4 of my well got to poor people still, you know.
Okay, so that's where the humanitarian award
yes, and document it. Anyway, if you step off of the plane and go in the street, then we tell you, every youth to wipe car glass, every hustler, every vendor. I am the only artist in Jamaica who keep a vendor show. I keep a big stage show and it's all vendor show.
Okay.
And my mother is a vendor.
Right.
So I keep an all vendor show. So every vendor in Jamaica can come sell it free.
When do you keep that show?
I keep it a couple of years well. But it gets so big for where I was keeping it, so the police then fight it and we have to stop keep it and you know what I mean? I want a little fight in between. But it was an all vendor show where the crowd is there, but none of my friends can set up no bar or no refreshment or no.
Right.
So the vendor them coming, so there's no option, you know, not a place to buy but from the vendors.
From the vendor. That's smart.
Yeah. So yeah.
I saw that you like what I was impressed with when I was watching some of the interviews is that you also have a business side. You're more focused on the business side. Yeah, you make your music. You're very creative. You make your music, but you also learn the business side, which a lot of artists don't do until it's too late.
He's not an artist, you know, he's a businessman.
Yes, so you prefer you would more say you're a businessman before you're an artist.
Yeah, because I 90% of business. If you really check it now, you're not taking nothing for your boss.
Right.
A man that can just run outside naked and become the #1 trending person.
True.
It takes nothing to be the #1 trending person now.
True.
You don't take morals. You know? Where journalism at right now, there's no credentials.
Nope.
A man just getting computer and a man just sitting in a mother basement and a man just say, you know what?
Google everything.
Me I go for likes, you know, a man just pick up a story and just write a headline and just
True.
tear you down for the views, because remember say YouTube pay you for the amount of views. If you have like 1 million views on YouTube and the content is solely yours, then 4,000 or 5,000 US that. What a man would do for that?
For that, right? I need
so
to
if a
learn how
man
to
can get
write
2
that.
million views, couple of million views, he can see at least 15,000 for the month. If him channel booming. A man will put you under the wheel for 15,000. A man don't care about the repercussions that way you have to go through.
Exactly.
That's why bad becomes the new good. Nothing good now have that intrigue no more to human beings.
Right.
It's just bad, and where people can say about the negative to draw the tension or the traction to their their perspective of what they have to say to you.
Right.
So
you
as an individual,
I think a lot of us are guilty of it. Like when we see the negativity, we automatically click on it. Like it's not
because it's embedded in you.
Right.
It becomes so natural to you because you start to see it regular. At first you don't see it and you used to ridicule it, or you used to have your own perspective, but it becomes the norm. When you see it every day, it becomes the norm.
Right.
So it starts to embed in your subconscious. So you start to accept it. When you see it daily, you start to accept it, So that is what. So in the back to the question you asked me, if your bills exceed your income at all times, you will feel. So the youths, them bills are exceed their income, right? Stupidity exceed knowledge. Wisdom, stupidity exceed wisdom. So the youths them always have a sink.
Right.
Them walking in a sinking sand. Them are going always sink. So we live in an environment where opportunity, resources is less. So it's like one well and you have 1 million people from that well.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the end of the stream dirty.
So it's
You
just
understand? So if you have a river, and all of us are bathed at the top of the stream. Everybody down the stream are drinking bathing water. So you have to understand these things. So that is how the system set. So the youths then become too near the forest and can't see the trees. So it becomes the norm to them.
Do you think that the kids that are growing up now, the music that they have access to, because it's not real music and it's not positive music, do you think that will change the generation going forward? As in more violence? Do you think that, me personally, I feel like even though the music is changing today and it has more violence incorporated in it, even sexual. This is my son next to me, by the way. Everything is either sex, sex, violence, drugs, or jewelry. That I always sum up every song to that.
Well, and that is that is where they want to have black people, and black people just
Exactly.
won't get it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Them think they forbidden in the white world, you know.
All right.
It's forbidden, but they create those things.
Right.
It's forbidden for them to say, but they don't need to say
Right.
because we don't own nothing. Them own everything. They own iTunes, they own Apple Music, they own Billboard, they own American Music #1 chart, top 200. They own all charts. They own all company.
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron James is the face of basketball. Who own basketball? It's not a black man behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So much rich black people playing as the players.
Right.
Nobody come together and build a basketball team for themselves.
Right.
No. So they teach us to be independent, rich individuals, not rich communities.
Right.
So you have rich individuals and we segregate from each other, and then we use classes because I have more money than you.
Right.
So we don't need to attend to you because I have more money than you. Even if you have better wisdom. No, you can't match up to the money you have.
Right.
Because you go to college and you go all these things, but how comes we still richer than you? So we don't value the input that you have, and the input that you have is the best input.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a word like nigger, white people don't say it anymore, but black people say it daily. And every time a black rapper say it, they make it go number one.
Mm-hmm.
So what you think your 14 or 13 or 15-year-old son are doing?
Mm-hmm.
You might love the word nigga for rap. Because if Drake said nigga, anybody #1 rapper in the world and he go #1 at all times. Who is active, you tell me now.
Right.
Me have a continue say it. So this is the things that teach us subliminally.
Right.
Through generation upon generation. So that's why the message, certain message will come across and will impact the people in the more.
Right.
So the youths them in Jamaica we are singing, them have to sing about crime and violence because them are suffer.
Mm-hmm.
And if them sing sorry, people like I say too emotionally a girl. You understand? You have to talk about bad man that says sorry, I want to be a bad man that do them things. So you have to sing with them are sick and with them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So when you hear youth sing about choppings that are what happen around him, you hear sing about guns that are what happen around
That's
him.
what happened.
So that is the reflection of his reality. You don't necessarily mean that is right.
And it's a small reality because they're
You
not
don't,
exposed
yes,
to
you don't
anything
necessarily
else.
mean that is right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's why it's a limited resources
Right.
give you undeveloped product.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So it's them from the root. It's just like right now we are blaming the branches of the trees and fruit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you plant a mango tree you don't on the right side and you don't get the right nutrients and the right amount of water, you bear mango, but the mango they have a fluxy or insipid.
Right.
So this is what happens. Keeps them insipid. Because it starts from the root.
Right.
You know?
Poison from the beginning.
Poison from the root. The system poison the youth.
Wow.
You know?
So do you think there will be change? Like what do you think as far as what hope do you have? Like what do you hope to see?
You know, I don't really hope is a form of doubt and faith and them something. I don't hope, if, I don't should, I don't use that word. If, I don't hope, I don't should have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have faith, I don't have none of them stuff. They think they have to make a procrastinate and just have an idea of something that they feel like will happen. Words don't work, can't sustain.
Do you procrastinate? I'm a procrastinator. That's why I have to ask you that. You don't procrastinate? So when you have a job or you have anything to do, you get right on it immediately?
We never, but we get it done. We're always doing something, I never sleep.
I'm a huge procrastinator, so I have to ask.
No, because you're setting up on faith and hope. So you say, yeah, all right. Once you say, just look for it. Just look for it. Why you must never dream and hope say it work out. It's a farmer job. You
Right.
know say it will work out.
Right. I left room for that.
You understand? Yes, you do. So when you try, the flip side of try is a failure, you know.
Right.
Them say only thing beat a try is a failure. It's not them say winning.
Right.
So its flip side is still failure. So why you ever try if the flip side is failure? You understand? So you know, people say Kanye was arrogant. I think it's the real deal.
I think so too. I like Kanye, and then when I tell people, they always say, "Well,
I think Kanye is the real deal.
I think that But as far as I wouldn't even call him a genius because they could try to label him as a genius, but I know what happens when this country labels you as a genius. In a couple of years from now, they're gonna tear you down like they do Bill Cosby and every other artist that they said was a lyrical or mastermind. That's what they do. That's what the media does. You know what I'm saying? They build you up and give you all this money, all the accolades.
Because black people living in a white man world. Black people are the only people who don't have a doctrine for themselves, they don't have an infrastructure for themselves, we don't have a movement for themselves. Because we're not investing in black, we're not investing in Africa, we're not investing in black. We spread all over.
Down so long? What do you think keeps us down?
Because black people has been taken from Africa and the knowledge has been eradicated over our brain and then uploaded like computers, we're all programmed.
So now that we know that this is happening, that's what I don't understand about our predicament. We know all the bad things that have happened, and we're still sitting here. Like,
you know, but you need a community to move, to spread the knowledge, because then you're going to get discouraged.
Right.
Because you know, and then the information is so hidden. Where am I find the information? If I Google, if I look up on my phone and say porn site, I see 1 million porn sites pop up. But if I Google Marcus Garvey, them say nowhere to be found. You Google Kwame Nkrumah, nowhere to be found. Any black advocate, nowhere to be found. The doctor, we're black people, nowhere to be found. You have to know where and especially. So certain things has been hidden. Black people are like read that, we don't like to research. We don't like research unless,
That's
so
true.
we program this. I think we program. And the things that were easy to find from the timeline, that is what we rebuilt in our subconscious, so we always have that thing.
Right.
So we're all over. Black people, you see black people are trying to survive in America. It's not false. Anything that can be taken away from you is not yours.
It's not yours. And they build a system, they want you to rely on them. So
yeah, you're dependent and you're always dependent if naturally. If you don't have nowhere to sleep, and me taking care of my house, you're dependent. The only way you get independent is when you get your own place.
Right.
Me can come in 6 o'clock and wake you up, but try to wake me up. Come here and tell you, so why you wake me up? See? And you have to just know, so Johnny must start. You have to take the bitter with the sweet. You can't even voice your opinion.
Right.
So if you can't voice your opinion in any segment or anywhere, that means you're not living there. You're not living the true version of you. What really are you then?
But even when you, let's say even when you leave that environment or you leave that place and you do establish your own, let's say you get your own dwelling, your own home or whatever, now you're dependent on that job that you have to pay the mortgage and you have to pay this.
That's why I have
so you're always dependent on somebody.
Yes, because you're living in this world, you're living in their world.
Right.
But if black people come together now, farm with one thing, one infrastructure, one movement, one culture, one doctrine, find our own God, all of these things, then we have better movement. Unless mind settings of things that we think we need.
Right.
The things that we think we need, we don't really need.
No.
You understand? That's why iPhone chicken every year.
Every year.
You just buy one iPhone 13. September iPhone 13 come. You say, you buy 14 come. You say, Mom, I need it. Yo, you have a new iPhone and you touch. Mom, you have a new feature. Oh my God, Mom, I'm gonna die if I don't get it. And when you get it, you spend $1,400 and you get it. Wow. Mom, I'm doing my chores. I need the iPhone 15
next week. Yeah.
Because they keep you in this cycle, they keep you in this algorithm, so if you don't detach yourself from it, then you're not going to find your true purpose.
That's true. I tried, speaking on that, like, I try my best, like, when I walk on the road or when I go places, I try not to wear, like, expensive name brands. Just because I don't want people, like, sometimes you wear something, people watch you too much and then you can't wear it back again next week or you can't wear it.
No, man, anything you want to wear and buy, you buy it. Because if you want to buy 10 million things, you buy it. Remember, And but just know the difference between you buying it and you wearing it. Than the difference that it buying you and it wearing you. That's the difference.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So, Enough people don't feel valued unless when them the woman them normal.
Alright.
When them the woman them normal, they don't feel like them are the person.
Right.
So when they put on them thing now,
Other
them
people's
feel
name
like,
on their
feel
body.
Like, yeah, they feel like, oh, they're man tonight. Come here on the road, I'm here on this, and look good, I'm gonna drive the Benz. But when them go home, them fall back in a depression. So that means that the image are weirder.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to wear the image. You know, there's nothing wrong with having the best things in life.
Right.
But you have to know that you dominant over it.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Yeah.
Like you said, you have to wear it. It cannot wear it.
Yeah, so I try, I teach the youth them and tell them what to do. You know, but I think me alone can't still. And the youth them mind gone so far till we start come across like them father. And most youth fatherless. So if most youth fatherless and then me represent like a father, them take offense to that because they don't know what is a father. So
Right.
So why this man act like a father?
Yeah.
You saw them broke way along the way.
Yeah.
Broke way along the way because all of the man them that is not playing a great role as a father. Them themselves has never been father.
Right. They've never seen that role.
So they don't know how to play the role.
Exactly. Wow.
They
So
don't
it's
know how
just
to play the
generation
role.
after
Yes.
generation.
They don't know how to play the role. So how you go the Bible says a man cannot, what a man don't know cannot be held against. So if you don't know, you just don't know.
Just don't know.
But we know how to survive, we know how to go get money, and we know how to hunt it, and we know how to hustle.
Right.
So we be providers. So we think that when the son buy him an iPhone and start buying, we fix the problem. No, we don't fix the problem. But you don't know. Because you never have somebody who instill or embed these qualities in you.
Right.
So you have to trial and error along the way. But your kid reach certain age, your kid say, "Who make the worst father?" And I said, "But I fucking did a good job. I give that child every single thing." I said, "No, we never come to my football match. First time I drop, you never brush off my knee. You never brush my teeth.
Facts.
You miss my graduation." I said, "But son, you have to look on the stage, you know, so you could have graduated." No, you could have really sacrificed. So they're seeing things from their perspective, and plus that's why I'm telling people it's a public school and public environment. If I could have done it, I would have wanted none of my kids and go public school.
Okay, I sent all three of mine to private.
Not even private school. I was more home school.
You would homeschool them yourself personally?
Yeah, because you have about public and private school. It's an outside environment, instill insecurities in your kids then. Them go around other kids.
I agree.
Them go around other kids and then peer pressure take them.
Other religions.
Other things them exposed to. And then you want the private and public school, them have grades, them have like when I was going to school, I don't know about it now, but I went to school, I have grade 1. We have 1 F, we have 1 A.
Okay, yes.
So 1 F, the school itself, the syllabus, the teachers, us as a student, them thing and them teachers says the dunce student them in a 1 F. So if you put a student in a 1 F, it's not because the student dunce. Most of the students in a 1 F is not dunce, they're brilliant, but they're trouble.
Right.
Because them have problem from home, and then they know to channel their emotions. So they rebel and the rebellious kid. That means that they have the capacity to absorb the information, but they just need special attention to feel validated.
Right.
And then you put this kid in 1 F, but just need validation.
Right.
You simply think more because you make win a 1 A and say them dunce. So once you tell kids in a public school and say them dunce, what do you think they're going to come out with? It's like you have a school that break kids instead of build kids.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and then outside, peer pressure. this person have the next iPhone, you have one Samsung, or old Samsung in a lap after your phone, you just feel like you and your mother and your father feel the better. Yeah, so you expose them to a lot of insecurities and then that embedding in them and them become that person. And you wonder how they become this person.
Right.
You know? Because they pick up all of them things are from outside. Because these schools create competition by just placing student in class where it seems like it's higher than that class. You know?
AP, honors.
Yeah, so when you're in a 1A, you feel like, oh, I'm the brightest student in the class.
Right. And you know something, I was actually in those classes. And we were the best cheaters. I have to tell you, we weren't brilliant kids. We were just good cheaters. A lot of us cheated the whole time.
Yes, and then the microscope, you're not on a microscope because you're in 1A.
Nobody looked
at us. And the kids them in 1D and 1F.
They were definitely.
The kids them in 1E and 1F of your work. You work right, you religiously work, and them still being ridiculed.
Yes.
So most of those kids become practical students. You understand?
Right.
It's not everybody is good at theory.
Right.
Most of these students are practical students where you put them in a science class. Because the first 3-4 months school you can miss out the subject.
Right.
So peer pressure take them down because your son bright in science and him bright in science and Wendy bright and you. I am the only person who bright in woodwork or technical drawing or building or engineering drawing. But I want to fit in. I don't want to feel left out. So you know what? I give up my passion to fit in.
Yeah.
But I go always be a tail. I go art because I don't have the capacity, I don't have that brain power to do chemistry. Because my true calling wasn't chemistry. My true calling was technical drawing.
Right.
An engineer drawing. I'm a practical person. I'm not a theory person, I'm a practical person. So it take that person a while to find out who they are. You know what I mean? And then them advertise the traditional jobs, them like the doctors, the lawyers, the police, that so every kid feel like I want to be this. But those are in your conscious state.
Very. There's a lot of broad. They don't tell people there's a lot of broad doctors.
But the richest set of people and the backbone of the world are practical people who own one business.
If you notice with coronavirus, who did they rely on? They relied on the people that nobody even look at on a daily basis.
The mechanic, the mason, the farmers, like farmers.
Yes.
Farmers, them.
Back to the basics.
Farmers, them not glorify farmer, them not advertise.
Right.
By your finger and your dirty, so no glamorous. But farmers get more money than doctors and lawyers and so them not teach them things in a school how important it is to do these things. You don't have to be this, you don't have to be that. You understand? So these are just the traditional things them teach. So most youth miss out on them true calling. So them have to leave high school and then go and extend it. What they call them school everything?
Community college.
Community college. Where them go see them peers and them say, alright then, I feel good now so I can really tell a person I'm never really good in English because through high school I pretend like it.
Yeah. But he learned when he went to college.
But he learned and he got it. If you're not good in English, then don't sit the CXC because you have a fail. You have a fail and when you fail, your friend them have a laugh after you.
Right.
So don't sit it, you're good in maths, do maths.
Do maths, yes.
Do what you're good in, and then what you don't good at, you practice, and then sit that.
And I think the reason why a lot of people do things that they're not good at, but they still persist in doing it is because they feel like there's no other avenue.
You know, it's just that they want to be accepted.
Right.
That is a disease. When you want to be accepted, enough girl at go-go club, enough girl at dance club, enough girl at sell vagina, enough man who say but things they don't really want it.
Right.
But
I used to have a lot of friends that did all of that, and it was very depressing for me to keep going to work. I used to work at American Express. And imagine you'd be in the club with your friends and they're dancing on the pool and they're getting $5,000, $6,000 one time, one night, and you're driving back home and you gotta be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning and you're only gonna get a $1,200 paycheck 2 weeks from now. And this girl is raking $30,000. You know, so it's like
But you know what you keep? You keep your sanity and you keep
Right.
your morals.
right,
That cannot be traded.
right,
Because trust me, when she go home and count up that $6,000 and see how much time she have to drop on her head and rain,
Mhm.
trust me. When you hear them express themselves, you say, no stop. Money is not the cure
it's
for
not.
pain. Money is not the cure for pain. It's
And you know
therapy.
what's funny? As many times as that girl made $6,000, she still had to turn around and borrow money from you. So I'm like,
Because-
where your money goes?
because she had tried, she find an avenue to survive, but all she need is somebody to tell her some powerful words so she
Right.
feel good in herself.
Right.
The people just run down the feel good thing. People just need to feel good.
Mhm.
I worry about great people out there now, but them just need people like me for just say you're great.
Mhm. They need to hear
them
it.
find them true calling. Because not everybody's trying enough to can tell themselves like I'm tell myself. I don't need you to tell me.
Right.
You know that.
Right. Right. So you feel like more people, you should tell more people about
But a lot of people out there don't have that brain power to tell themselves that.
it. You think so?
Yeah, because they wasn't taught that way. You understand?
Back to
They're taught to be dependent.
Mhm.
You understand? So self-reliance is very imperative. Most people don't know about that.
Wow. Would you say, like, for me personally, like, because I used to play around a lot. One thing about me, I've always kept a job. I always worked. I didn't care what I did. I sometimes have 2, 3, 4 jobs. It's not jobs working for people, but like
Wait.
independent jobs.
Oh, like, okay. So you work with somebody or you have your own business.
Right. I work for somebody, and then I would take the money that I would get from that business, and I would invest it in my business.
So that's good.
Yes, so that's what I did to build up myself and my resume writing business. But a lot of people, it wasn't like something that came to me, you know, years ago, and somebody sat me down and said, "Hey, this is how you start a resume writing business. This is how you start a business for yourself. This is how." Nobody has come to me and said that.
But there's nowhere in the world them teach us that way. Then.
Right.
Just check the advertisement on the TV.
Right. Nobody talks to you about those things. Nobody tells you about an LLC.
And,
Nobody's explaining how the taxes work. So what happens is, now that I have a business, I'm seeing that all these big businesses that I thought had so much money, they don't really have money. They have business credit. So they're just spending their business credit. You see these people buying jet skis and cars and renting out. They're building on business credit.
Yeah, because that's why you live in a place I call America. It's called America for a reason. Money not really on the value. Not much in the hustle now, billions and US dollars throw them and go the place. But they can't do nothing with it.
Can't do nothing with it.
Imagine you have 20 million US dollars throw them around and you can't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
You have to bring it to work different when you get the trade. You can't do nothing with it. And the man will take 10 million US dollars from me, you have to lose 4.
Right.
Because you have to give him 4 to make sure say him legitimize
Right.
6. So you can't do nothing with it. You live in a place so you can't
Right.
you can't just walk in and carry a mat and carry 200,000 to buy one thing. Them are weird credit. Them want to know.
Where is
Yeah.
Right.
And if somebody really take that money then you got to pay more for them even make sure say again. So I always tell you say, I always tell people say, yo, money we are run down, you have to understand how and where and what you should do with it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So there's nothing with your own bills because every rich man,
Owes everybody. Owes
yeah,
money.
Bill Gates don't have money, he have credit and he have values and he have assets,
Mhm.
not liabilities.
Mhm.
And it accumulates up to the 100 billion.
Right.
But him value 100 billion, but him still owe 80 billion.
Right. And they die with that debt. And a lot of people don't
You
understand.
understand what I'm saying? So he owe 80 billion but still value 100 billion. So those things continue because you have to owe a lot of money for you to value so much.
Mhm.
So other people business can run.
Right. And another thing that I feel like Black people need to get into is life insurance. You know, we don't have no plans. When we die, we just die and leave debt and leave all these things to the people who are left living, and we don't care. And I think a lot of times
It's not really clear enough.
Mhm.
Because I never really understand. Me guilty of them something. And when they say, yo, you have to do them something. Yo, you have to set up your things. Them.
Yes.
You have too much greatness. The only this not set up. Because I said, How you sing? No, you didn't sing music, so wait, some start to understand it. But she's there to show me these things. But if nobody gonna show you all that.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because black people, we can teach you, so you break down to dollars and cents. Like literally you have money in your hand. But it never work the way then.
Right.
You understand? So that's what I say. When you check out a TV commercial, they don't teach you how to credit people, they teach you how to own who alone.
Right.
They don't teach you how to own a car.
Build your credit so you can get a loan, not build your credit so that you can get a bigger loan, like for a business loan. They just want a car loan or even a house loan. But they don't teach you
how to buy a car and not to sell a car.
Right.
And teach you how to own a loan to get a mortgage.
But not to flip the house.
But not to flip the house. So them teach you how, so them not teach you to own an apartment complex. Them want to own one unit or the loan and the unit. So if you don't see these things, then you're not going to understand. And you need to understand as black people as this thing of the cycle of continue. So when your kids them homeschool, then you can instill these things in them. So them go out in the world very equipped.
Right, because you have all control over what they're thinking.
So you're equipped. And you can know your teeth, you know what to them and them thing it's a must. These things them have to learn as a must.
Right.
Whatever them pick up along the way, it's different. But these things is a must.
The foundation, it starts with the foundation.
Yeah man, because themselves friendship and themselves, they have to be sociable and socialize and these things. But some of them things are really necessary. I don't think they break down a human being when you really check it. You know? Right, and then teacher will be friendly and these things. Sometimes I'm only too much friendly perish.
I agree.
Proverbs tell you that.
I agree.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and then we're gonna bring the DJ in first. Okay?
Ba-na-na-na.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Anonymous Show starring Lee. And this evening, my guest DJ Gaddafi. Good evening, Gaddafi.
Good evening, how you doing?
I'm okay, I think. But I am better today because we do have Ioctane on the radio. He's a very busy man, so he's getting calls, which is fine. But as promised, I do have... Who's on the radio with me tonight?
From me, the voice of Ioctane representing, you know what I mean? Yeah, Ioctane, Slim Ras, Globus.
Yes. And without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and listen to his newest single, Sorry, from the I Am Great album.
All of my heart, more than words can explain. From you no deserve it, I'm sorry. Inflicted wounds, cause your heart takes and pain. Yeah. Oh God, I'm sorry. Anybody when me hurt out there, me say me sorry. When you're wrong, no, you're not too big for say you're sorry. Enough time we judge people so them fake, and end up do some things we say man are it. So try know you're not too big to say you're sorry. Confession. First me apologize to God because you know him mad man. Sorry say me know the right and still go do the wrong. Sorry say me never help my brother when him have a plan. I see diamond up in a gang, I know him gone away. Wish I could change that day. Sorry say me caught up in the fame, I never have no time. So me no sorry when me get the blame. Let me apologize to my kids them. I'll do anything me give them. When me baby mother them a stress me out, me sorry say me never fight back for see my children. Life in a lane we full of speed, you know. More time I just the ego I get blazed, you know. Realize me burn bridges when me need, you know. But confession at the beginning I feeling done so. Anybody when me hurt out there, me say me sorry. I'm sorry. When you're wrong, no, you're not too big for say you're sorry. Enough time we judge people so them fake, and end up do some things we say man are it. So try know you're not too big for say you're sorry. When memories come flashing like a lighter, some crosses on me heart that to me life. Come on, me feel me still a pay the price. From should move before me think me see me coulda wiser. Sorry, so you have to take your blame for me. Your feelings never calculate, no care really. All if me wrong, me tell myself you want to stay with me. And please the ego never shame with it. When me blaze up the grades gone up and I'm ready. Nothing to see me coulda cherish. So the truth me have to tell it. Cause me break no heart and it never necessary. Sorry, say me tell you, say me know you cry when me no get it. Say me I go turn up when me know me not make it. And from me heart me I said this. Sorry to who forget credit and get debit. Anybody when me hurt out there, me say me sorry. I'm sorry. When you're wrong, no, you're not too big for say you're sorry. Enough time I judge people so them fake. And end up do some things we say man no rate. So try know you're not too big for say you're sorry. All of me got more than words can explain. From you not deserve it, I'm sorry. Inflicted wounds cause your heart takes some pain. Yeah. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Wow. So let me ask you, because I don't think the younger generation won't appreciate it until they have experiences. I listened to this song quite a few times, and it was like some of the things I was saying to myself, like, you know what, I wouldn't even appreciate this song in my teens and my early 20s, when, you know, before life really hit me, because life didn't hit me until I was like 23, 24, 25, and the I am sorry, like, to say sorry, you have to be such a big person, you know, not just physically, but mentally, you have to be a big person, because a lot of people don't have it in them to apologize.
Sure.
They don't see the wrong in what they've done. They don't see any error, so they keep on repeating the mistakes. Sure. But once you can apologize, you recognize that there's probably an issue here that I need to work on. I love this song.
Because every cycle have an algorithm. That is what breaking us as people. It's algorithm. You have to detach yourself from it.
Right.
So once you detach yourself from it, it's just that. You know what I mean? Because people base them success on how good they are doing, or how good they're doing at the time. So, yeah, you set up your interview, you know, turn up. We advertise Ioctane for 1 minute turn up. But yeah, so it not affect me. Next morning, we're gonna next week, you see me on at 97. You see me on the Breakfast Club. So I think this interview is the least of what possible.
Right.
Because you don't affect me.
Right.
Immediately. But then now you becomes the A&R for this big company, Atlantic Record, and you was I was your favorite artist. So kind of my work, you know.
Exactly. So when you're speaking that into existence, you guys, I think he's telling me I need to be a big.
Yeah.
Nobody else heard that. Okay.
And then no opportunity for our run now. Then you need to pull the plug now, and we buck up back in you.
So you're gonna need me again, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and then we just gonna say,
right.
Not a banana.
And it happens. It happens.
So
I've done it already.
You have to be big enough to know you can look into yourself and do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just fix, because at the end of the day, you know, life is temporary. You know? Everything have an expiry date. Every human being have an expiry date in flesh.
True.
So all of us in here will go one day. Some of us will go younger than some will, you know what I mean? But everybody have a date, an expiry date. We're into 2022, 78 more years before we see the 23rd century. None of us now live to 70 more years. You know how much? How old is it?
16 or 17.
70 years. You ain't gonna live to see 100. So we're going in the 78 more years at least.
Right.
So all of us have a day when we go. So if life is temporary in flesh, life itself is forever. but it's temporary in flesh. That means that every human being grace the earth to do something that is important.
Right.
Because it's temporary, just like any product on a shelf. If you put a product on a shelf and it expires April 29th, that means it's good before that.
Right.
So it needed to be used before that. After that, ain't good no more. It affect you if you use it. You understand? So you have to be good before your expiry date comes. So
you have to find your niche, find
you have to find
talent.
because it's not man that will judge you, It's the universe and the creator.
True.
So you better know that. You understand? Yeah. So that's why the first apology was to the Almighty. If you listen to the song, first let me apologize to God because I know him as the man.
So did you sit down and write this one out, or did you freestyle? How did you go about it?
I don't write. I just go in the studio and sing music.
Wow.
I'm there in my yard and just listen to something and come up with an idea and then finish it in the studio. But I don't write.
So you have an idea. You had an idea that you know.
I don't. I can't write when I don't know. I can't write. I just my signature alone, because it's ugly. Signature need to be ugly because you can't
replicate.
Yes.
Right. But so because it's such a deep song, it's like for me, I journal everything. I write everything every single day. There's nothing that I don't write. Okay.
I don't write my music. If I should write music, it would be too
planned.
It would sound like me I read it.
Right.
You have to vibe it and put the energy in.
So you had you had all these experiences in your head that you felt like you should say sorry for the kids.
Yeah, man. So everything, most of the things are personal experience and plus a general perspective. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, if I give me the phone now, me just write out the song, but me literally, you're not gonna understand.
Right.
It'll be like my prescription.
Yes. So let me go ahead.
Yeah, but Mr. Man, to absorb so much information you have a lot to say.
Okay. Yes, you do. You do. And I like that because we have a great conversation. And I wanted the next song, Lose Your Friend, right? I listened to that song. I think that was when I first found you.
Okay.
Years ago, because my friend was killed by police. And
wow.
your song I played every single day. My husband even got tired. He's the one that put me onto you. And then he even got tired of me playing it over and over and over. It's like, damn, yo, the person gone already. I used to that, And it's like, the song not only resonated for the moment that I was in the sadness, but it still was a good song after I wasn't sad anymore.
People pass every day now.
Every day you can relate.
So sorry is gonna be one of those songs. People will be wrong.
Yes.
People will do wrong every day. So I am not a lot of people's favorite artist. I'm the number one artist for a lot of people, but in the end product, I'm gonna do more and do better than your favorite artist.
Right.
Because all of those words are temporary words, so all of these words fade eventually. So what just like something was a favorite. This is my favorite glass. These I have a million of these things, but this is my favorite tree I like.
Right.
But eventually down the line, we see my next watch and next chain. Like, just them things and better start put aside and we give my friend them and they're not my favorite no more. You understand? So all of these things have
they're still important. They don't
expiry date and fade. But when Bob Marley was alive, he wasn't a favorite. But in die as a favorite. You understand? So life is not 100 meters. A lot of people running life race like 100 meters. Life is a long distance race.
Right.
So if you run life like 100 meters, you have to drop short because you're going around the track 100 times.
Out of breath.
And you're doing it like 100 meters. So you're going to fail. So life, you know what I mean? So consistency is that you need to invest in consistency.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I try to sing somewhere we live through generation upon generation. So each generation come, and then 4, 5, 6 generations pass, and then they must say, Octane is the ultimate.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Because people don't realize greatness for centuries, it
because
seems.
this artist come on into 3 years, 2 years, but this brother do 20 years, you know, so
Yes.
15 and 30 years. So people will come to that realization eventually.
Mhm.
So that is what I work for.
I think they realize it already. I think the reason you get so much fight is because they realize it. You know, like you're a
because
threat.
black people don't understand that.
Yeah, you're a threat.
Black people, yes.
You're
You said
correct.
perfect. You're the first person to say it. You know,
Yes.
black people. Let me tell you what scares black people, and I used to do it too. Anything we wanna understand, we fear it 1st.
Mhm.
And once you fear it, you put up defense, and defense is gonna fight it. Till you understand, you say, oh, cool, and let it go.
Right.
You understand? This was embedded in us from slavery days.
Right.
That's why them teach us the crab in a barrel
Mm-hmm.
method. But crab wasn't made to go in a barrel. That's why they do it that way. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Crab wasn't created to go in a barrel, so they have to behave that way.
Right.
The environment is changed to them.
Wow.
You understand? Yes.
I learned some things
Yeah.
today. I learned some things.
So people ridicule crab,
Right.
but crab in its natural habitat is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
When you put them in a barrel and act, because of abnormal environment them in.
Right.
So that is the method and teachers we use us against
Against each other.
You understand? But people fight with them, you know.
Exactly.
But that I'm gonna take offense to that, you know.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a good thing though, because
back of a parking carry.
I think it's a good thing because it's like I told you before, but when the music is all the same right now. So everything right now that's pushing on the airwaves is dancing, something that make you feel good, jump up and
That's why this album
vibes,
will make
yeah, and
a
all those
difference, you know.
things. Right. So when you hear this song now, it's like, wait a minute, it causes you to think.
True.
You know, it causes you, there's no way this, even if you're sleeping or even if you're driving and you know you don't think you're listening to something, you're still subconsciously listening to it. And
Sure.
you know, so it's like regardless of whether you want to hear the song or not, you're gonna hear those words replay in your head over and over again, just as much as you would a song that's talking about nothing.
So that's why I'm come to the realization that certain words I don't want to be classified as, and I don't want to be a part of certain words, like favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be on favorite. Favorite have an
Right.
expiry date.
Exactly.
I want to be on the best.
Right.
And
Because
he's
it's
the best.
undeniable.
Because people become better.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to move away from that competition. I'm not competing against you.
Right.
You know? Practice
Right.
become perfect. No individual cannot be perfect. If you're going to the gym and you lift up 10 pounds in a struggle,
Mm-hmm.
you do 10 reps every day, eventually you're going to move to 20 pounds. Because you master 10 pounds now.
Mm-hmm.
But that first 10 pounds was very hard to lift up. So practice only make you better.
Right.
So I just try surpass these words. And
Right.
go beyond that. So you may become the ultimate
Mm-hmm.
individual that I'm supposed to be as I am as that brand, which is active.
Right.
I don't want to be the best dancehall artist and the best reggae artist. I just want to be the best Ioctane.
Right.
There's only one Octane.
Exactly.
So I can appreciate other entities,
Right.
other artists, and other people who are doing the same thing.
Can you introduce the Lose Your Friend song? Can you tell us about that song afterwards? But go ahead and introduce that song.
Well, Lose a Friend is a song where, you know what I mean, it's a song, I don't know, I trust me, the Almighty blessed me with that song, you know, because, you know, I've a whole heap of brethren who passed over the years. I've seen death firsthand, you know what I mean? I've gone through a lot of things. Most of my brethren have passed and gone. Who are dead, they are prison. Some have personal experience with death at firsthand and death. You know, I remember coming from Sunfest, just close Sunfest and mash up the whole place. And then on the way, I get a phone, not me get a phone call, the road manager at the time get a phone call and he was happy. Yo, my artist mash up the place and a person to connect with it. Yo, John Star, I know you feel good, but you know it's such and such dead. And the whole vibe that they can't change. We can't celebrate the glory no more. So that is where this song derived from, you know, coming up and makes the song. And I voice the song the same day.
Whoa.
You know, we have to go home, we just go straight to the studio. And voice the song the same day.
Yeah, sometimes you have to stay in that moment.
You know what I mean? And then, you know, Lose a Friend is here today where one may lose a friend to my client.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 days ago, man said me lose a friend. Him the dove cut. Yo, DJ, you sang a mash up if you funeral. I said, oh, God, no. People are crying, people are weep, people are, yo, but it's a blessing still, you know what I mean? I give thanks.
Yo, John, stop. More time you take for granted the time when you spend with friends. Now them gone. Used to split you really not too hard. When I ask you, you make me laugh. When me tell you some can't, you tell me some smart. So break my heart to see your answer. When the preacher pray over your body that day. So me know me lose a friend. It hurt me to my heart, life won't be the same. So me know me lose a friend. So me know me lose a friend, lose a friend. So me know me lose a friend, yeah. So me know me lose a friend, lose a friend. So me know me lose a friend. I got to shout it out to my icon. Although your past and gone, you are my done. In all my times of tribulation, you I could rely on, yeah. I tell you some my heart it broke from the day. My friend let go of this rope now. Who I go help I row across this boat. No silver lining on my life, but just the darkest cloud. When the preacher pray over your body that day. So me know me lose a friend. It hurt me to my heart, life won't be the same. So me know me lose a friend. So me know me lose a friend, lose a friend. So me know me lose a friend, yeah. So me know me lose a friend, lose a friend. So me know me lose a friend, yeah. Wish I could have seen you one more time, yeah. So we could have met one more line, but me vex and upset when people try to tell me say I just your time. Now the murderers them left 1,000 heart for bear the pain. Them kill you and swear so them gain. You will touch me every time you hear my daughter call your name. In a song and you are rain, so we have to meet again. And glory streets again. And things we used to do for earth, things again we do it again. All your face me see it again. Memories repeat again. Me know you're born the gun, but your soul will never end, never end, no. When the preacher pray over your body that day. So me know me lose a friend. It hurt me to my heart, life won't be the same. So me know me lose a friend. So me know me lose a friend, lose a friend. So me know me lose a friend, yeah. So me know me lose a friend, lose a friend. So me know me lose a friend, yeah. So me know me lose a friend, lose a friend. So me know me lose a friend, yeah. So me know me lose a friend, lose a friend. So me know me lose a friend. You better be wise. Round them no one is friend, yeah. Open your eyes. Round them no one is friend, yeah. Because the worst and feminine gender. Every boy a worst and feminine gender. Better be wise. I tell you open your eyes. So them a pray for just stop your blessings, yeah. Behind your back them shocking ratings. But we never love a man yet, so a boy can with the ratings, yeah. Things good, them say we can't harm it, but get in a trouble and call and say, I saw you want to know who apply and say, from who I pray, so you better be wise. Bro, them no one is ready. Open your eyes. Round them no one is ready, yeah. Because because them worse than feminine gender. Them your boy are worse than feminine gender. Better be wise. I tell you open your eyes. Yeah. Santa, come here so make race to know. You know sister them boy they never answer you. Smiling on your face to run them into you. You love them blind, you open up your eyes so it relate to you. So me bust off the link just like a shot. Cause them stand like the hill you put your husband. Ain't pagans no real no man, me know that from so long. So you better be wise. Round them know what is ready. Open your eyes. Round them know what is ready. Hey, hey. Because them worse than feminine gender. Them your boy are worse than feminine gender. Better be wise. Open your eyes. Just me. Them we step on the link like that. Watch it just sing like that. So they think them no real order. Give me a car. Them we step on the link like that. Watch it sink like that. So when it happen, don't shock. Just know this. You better be wise. Round them know what is ready. Open your eyes. Round them know what is ready. Because the first and feminine.
Wow, so that was our latest single from also I Am Great, the I Am Great album.
No, you know, say, it's just that I am great. You know, say, DJ does a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wait, so
You
I
don't answer the
thought
song then.
that was
Yeah.
You don't answer the song.
We know that about the, you know. Come see how all the vibe and I say, this song, no.
Alright.
That's how we sang them powerful, man.
Yeah, man.
what?
Yeah, man.
So where's the
But on the spot moment, do it.
So, yeah.
You just go, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
man.
What was
I
a
mean,
good,
but
it was a good
it's a
song.
good vibe. But what? That I sing that song a long time. How long I sing?
12.
12 years?
Couple years.
2012, yeah.
Oh, 2012. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What
And
years?
you're
That
still
10
good.
years ago. That's all. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Man.
Yes.
That's
I want to hear the song, the new one, the Riding King one. Do we have that one? What are we doing
So-
with that one? We're going to have to get that one edited.
So-
Yes, we're going to get that one edited into the show, no problem. But yeah, so listen, I have to thank you because you didn't have to come here. And
yeah, man. Give thanks, man.
yes,
It was hard day for me to follow.
it was.
Yeah, cause I run like about 8 miles. Normally I run random I run 10.
Uh-huh.
So I'm short, I'm running.
To come
I'm
see
well
me.
prepared, yeah.
Yes.
When they reach on stage. What I reach on stage? When they reach on stage, cause you know something always late.
So she was on time, right?
When they there from 9 o'clock, I say, yeah, but downstairs, I say, alright, what do you want? Rush my teeth and then we just go there show. Yo, we don't know, we just a late so but I say,
And we kind of anticipated you to be late too. We did.
no, me always like it to be late, but you know, when they are don't just a rush. But I don't know, one time it's so early, but
Uh-huh.
every time, you know, so every time early, somebody late me come.
Yes, that. Today was the first time I was early. These two are usually here before me, set up everything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, so
No.
but you don't know.
but yes, trust me, you
Yeah.
deserve the award.
Thanks.
Just stay consistent as you are, and keep talking to the youth about the community and improving and involvement. You know, making sure
Yes.
everybody makes themselves available to be a resource to those children. You know, and I want to interview you in the future again. You know, when you get your Grammys and all those things and you start. You know, when you forget about the little shows, just remember me.
So I
please.
forget that Grammy for interview me.
No, actually, let me tell you, I don't care what award it
Oh,
is.
please, I'll make sure.
The next album I want to interview.
I just want something to carry on one burden.
I'm
So me I
speaking
say,
to
I say, yo,
existence.
John knows star. You know, when they know we can't go back on that show, they can't.
No, I'm
We need to
speaking
get that
into existence. So wait, you told me. Okay. Yes, so I'm speaking
man.
it into existence. Great music deserves
Yeah, man,
great respect. You know, and
Yeah, man,
it
big
deserves acknowledgement. So I appreciate you. We all do appreciate you, and just continue to be, you know, the positive force that you are in the music industry. Okay.
Yeah, man, respect.
Thank
But
you.
before we go, I hear that, you know, some I hear about the ragging them and through the system. You know what I mean?
So you wanted to hear the latest from his latest album, I Am Great, Ryan King. What did you say the name of the song was?
Paranoid.
Paranoid. Let's go.
Turn you up.
Just tell me if me sane or me mad. No difference when me happy from the days when me sad, yeah. Like a blood in me vein, then me clot. Me I beg you come save me God, yeah. Tell me if me sane or me mad. No difference when me happy or the days when me sad, yeah. Like a blood in me vein, then me clot, yeah. Come save me God, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like me sick in me medical. The amount of fight me get, me still a say it necessary. And the pressure tough and ready. And Father God still a give me burden, them heavy. You know me see me that already round people when me love and still a act like it not dead. But me them wish a cemetery while me still want them marry.
Octane, me say the place I'm from. Yeah, for firm and I'm fatal, someone. You better determine number. Me I beg you come save me, my girl. Me tell you about the place I'm from. I have a firm and I'm fatal, someone. You better determine number. Me I beg you come save me, my God. Cause where I'm from it's a bloodshed. My car funeral Sunday. And me have one fee at 10 by Monday. Me know mommy must beg some around them. All in my sleep, my eyes open. Put on the clock like my antel. Mankind don't got conscience. Them say we are influence violence. Them a look somebody for blame and no now make no sense.
Tell me if me sane or me mad. No know when me happy from the days when me sad, yeah. It's like a blood in me vein, then me clot, yeah. Come save me God, yeah.
Me tell about the place I'm from. I have a firm and I'm fatal, someone. You better determine number. Me I beg you come save me, my God. Father save me, the pressure heavy than slavery. Survival are the key, me have to make it. Some letters from the alphabet, me have to stay with. Like zeros fit you and I no
you give them the ball, but that's not good enough. Better off up your guard when you want put it trust. The amount of people we say them love, well, forsake we many times and think it okay. Tell me if me sane or me man. No happiness are from the days when me sad, yeah. Like a blood in me vein, then me clot. Me a beg you come save me God, yeah.
Hey, tell me if me say I'm a mad. No happiness from the days of me son. Come save me, God. Come save me, God. Me tell you about the place I'm from. Yeah, for firm and I'm fatal, someone. You better determine number. Yeah, tell you come save me, God.
Yes, so you heard it first on the Anonymous show starring Lee.
Yes.
I heard he has not released this song to anybody.
World
Nobody
premiere.
knows this.
Right,
World
very special
premiere.
stuff. DJ
Yeah,
Gaddafi first
what?
of it.
DJ Gaddafi is the first to have it. What?
DJ Gaddafi.
Thank you so much. Yes, I can't wait. So let me ask, can we put this on the air tomorrow? I know you don't have it released till the 18th, but can we put it in rotation tomorrow?
What, the song itself? Yeah, can play.
Yeah? Okay, good. So we'll just show you. Yes, and where can I find it? Where can I find your information?
Well, this album is everywhere. Anywhere you can get music. You can get music on his scam site. The one who loves scam. So the one who scam, get it. iTunes is there. Amazon it's there. Spotify is there. Apple Music is there. Deezer is there. Audiomack, everywhere. Just go and type in. Sorry's out. The video is out. Single Sorry's out. Pre-order. The video is over. Go and go watch it. Ioctane TV on YouTube. Run up the views them. Again. And you can
What's
pre-order
your-
the album for
what's your
anyone who
Instagram?
says. Real Ioctane. It's
Real
not
Ioctane.
H-I-G-H, yeah? It's REALIOCTANE. Say what? Yes. Not H-I-G-H. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So thank you guys once again for tuning in to the Anonymous Show starring Lee. And thank you once again, my guest DJ Gaddafi. And most importantly, the man of the hour, Ioctane. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Big thanks. I love it. Yeah, man. Big up. Say it, people. Follow me.
Oh, Skyja.